Boom. And then do this.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Nicole.
Hi, Nicole. It's Jam.
Awesome Jam. I'm admitting people into the room now.
All right.
Welcome, everyone. Just going to give it a few more minutes to let people get into the room, and we'll play some music while we wait.
I know your friend.
Okay, hey everyone. I'm gonna just talk to y'all. What's up? Happy Sunday. My cameras are being funky right now. I'd love for you to see my face. I think Twitch has my cameras heating up right now. So I'll try and work that out. But thank you for joining. Thank you for coming, creating. It's gonna be good. I'll wait just a few more minutes for people to arrive. Can y'all hear me? That's the first question. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Oh, Sean. Let's see, crypto vibes. That's what's up. Well, while we wait for folks to come in, what we can do is let me see if I can share my screen here. Yes, I can. Boom. Okay. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
All right, so where I went to is pixelart.com. So right at the top, just PIXILART. Zoom in this bad boy. Art.com. That's where we're going to be working from today. Man, I really want y'all to see my face. I'm gonna quit this Twitch real quick. This is where we're going to be working from. It's completely free. I don't even think there's ads on it like that, which is also awesome. Because if you're here in America, you know that they like to put ads in and on everything. So to have a space where you can do stuff without ads, it's great. But besides the point, it's completely free. You can scroll around the main page, the home page, and find different artists, different styles, different themes. Look at this one, this brown and kind of like Mexican painting vibe. I love it. So there's a lot of good inspiration here. Like I said, a lot of different styles. Some people do simplistic work. Some people do more detailed work. Some people do really small drawings, like 64 pixels. And most images that we see nowadays are 1,000 by 1,000 pixels and up, right? And then there's 4K and like all that large imagery, but these images are kind of naturally small. So I'll just slow down my scroll here. And so in that, you can go in, you can click on these different people, see the titles, see how many people liked it. So pixel art is pretty cool because it allows you to kind of have a social network vibe to make an art. But what's really cool about it is, say if I click on this one here, is you can go and you can not only download this, but sometimes you can edit other people's drawings, right? Like they'll make it open source in that way. So if you want to just get your practice on, you can just scroll around. But that is Pixel Art's homepage and just a little overview about the site. Now there's a bunch of other. Oh, let me put this in the chat. How do I Zoom chat? Welcome. Welcome to the party. Okay, bye Twitch. Chat. www. So if you go inside of the Zoom chat, I'm gonna put the website where I'm gonna be working from. Okay, let me see if I can get my camera going again. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Full on face in the studio, in the office. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. My lighting's off for this camera. There it is. Cool. So yeah, pixelart.com is pretty tight. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna move my chat over here. I'm gonna just let's do it like this. I'm gonna show y'all my website. Twitter. No, I need a new tab. Twitter.com/starts-me. Nice. So here we have my site on Twitter. It is on bright mode over here. Changes everything. But either way, I just wanted to share some of the pixel art that I made. You can go to the media tab up here. I got a lot of posts. This one doesn't say how many posts I've got, but so I made this, there's a 30-day challenge called Augustus. And another artist I know has a character that's a ghost called Augustus. And, you know, the theme is that do daily prompts with this character. So here I am. I like making beats. I like art and hip hop and all that good stuff. And so here's my version. It's like vibing out, making lo-fi stuff. Also, y'all can talk to me if you have any questions, if you have any like concerns, if you have any comments. Okay. Yep, here's what we made last class. Thank you, Enoch. No, that's a cool name. That's a powerful name. All right. We made this just last Thursday. So we're gonna make another landscape today. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be totally doable. Let me see what else. Oh, this is a good one. So shortly after this, I'm gonna upload a lot of these drawings to Instagram. And as you can see, I do a lot of animation, and that's what I wanted to challenge myself with this month, is to do some animations for every single prompt. So about 30 different animations. Some of them are short, like 3 frames, like it goes 1, 2, 3 different images. Some of them are longer. The more recent ones, or actually you can just see right here how many frames each of them are. This one's 25. This one's 7, right? So it varies. Oh, here's a cool static shock one. Love animating. This one's dancing. So, you know, I'm just having fun. Oh, now this is a good one. I'm really proud of this one. Yeah, for Jesus the Snowman. If anybody knows who that is, I hope so. So I make a lot of cool pixel art myself. Now I do tons of other stuff as well. I do paintings. And like I said, I do music. I might speak here and there, work with kids and teach them how to paint murals. And as you're experiencing right now, teaching the adults and teens and folks from all walks of life how to make some pixel art. Now, why did I want to do this? Not only because I love teaching, let me look into the camera for y'all, not only because I love teaching, but also because I was in the NFT space last year, and I'm like, oh man, everybody loves all these pixel things and these punks and so on and so forth. But at that time, it was not easy for me to find resources on how to do it. And so I was like, all right, let me solve this problem, because I already know how to teach people how to do murals, and I already like teach the paint and sip classes and have had experience with that. Let me try this out. And so I did, and I just started connecting with different NFT groups that that I was a part of, and that even that I wasn't a part of. And now here I am. I'm 3 months into it, and I've helped like probably over a good 100, maybe 150 people learn how to do pixel art. And I'm really happy to share this with y'all. So thank you so much for attending. What's up, mate? Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Peace. I was just letting everybody know just a little bit about me, my journey into art, and how I got into teaching pixel art classes. So pixel art for me is really nostalgic. It makes me think back to my youth, growing up playing my Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis and Game Boys and, you know, all that stuff, and Walkmans, and like this whole era of technology. It's always fascinated me. And then I totally went not necessarily the complete different way, because I was always interested in gaming. But I went the completely like different way and started doing like just hand-drawn illustration with more so pen lines and on paper and the traditional illustration. And so that was like a good 20-ish years of my life that I really focused on that and focused on painting. And then, like I was telling y'all before, when I got into NFTs, I started seeing all this work, and I was like, yo, I really like pixel art. Like, I really like it. And as I was like going through all my like galleries of saved artists and stuff that's cool on my computer, I'm like, oh, there's even pieces in here that are pixel pieces. And I'm like, this is super dope to me. And I'm really, really, really into it. And so at that point, I just doubled down. And again, the way I started was doing prompts. So a good tip just starting out if you are not sure where to go with your art, there's a bunch of apps. In specific, there is this Twitter page called Pixel Dailies, just spelled normal, Pixel Dailies, and they have daily prompts, and they've been going for over 5 years. They have daily prompts for things to do, like watch or time or, random nouns and verbs. So check that out. It's how I started. It was a great way to like just practice every day. And, it doesn't have to be a masterpiece, but just getting the ideas out and learning how to think about it in different ways. That is what I did. And I feel like it really got me to a good place and enabled me to bring all the skills that I have from my drawing background into this world and like really just kind of, I'm re-navigating. So yeah, pixel art. Again, it's anybody got any questions? Let me pause for the cause. Questions. Y'all good?
Wait, so excuse the Fortnite playing in the background. I'm watching my nephew. It's great to be here, Jam. Happy to be in this space. Excited for tonight. So we have to set up a profile, right? Are you gonna go through that right now with us, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go through that right now. You do not have to set
Okay.
up a profile.
You say you don't have to.
Nope, you can just click this start drawing button, this purple start drawing button right here up in the corner, and that will get you going. Let's click it right now. Bam.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see what it does. Okay. So normally it's going to take you to a new drawing. I might be logged in because I've been using this. So what I'm going to do is just start here. Now, if it doesn't say, does it say this for y'all on your screen? No. Let me.
Yeah, it's a blank canvas. That's what I
It's a blank canvas. Oh, perfect then. Let me just do that. Clear. Okay. So you got a blank canvas here. Now, first off, let me put it to you like this. Let me draw a nice little happy face. Boop. Okay, so while I'm talking to you guys about the history of pixel art, what I want you to do is just take the tool that already comes with the pencil tool and just play around, make some lines, make some shapes, play with different colors, and listen as best you can. So this will be short, this will be quick. Any questions as we're getting set up? Yeah, good. Okay, so pixel art, again, it's nostalgia for me. It may be nostalgia for many of you viewers and you guys here, because you might be 80s babies, you might have grown up in the 1970s, you might have grown up just 10 years ago and played video games or just seen old school computers. Now, pixel art is basically, it's like code, you know what I'm saying? It's the way it's like code because it's just putting pieces together that the computer has for us, right? It's like the smallest way we can perceive the images on a screen, right? So zeros and ones, those are made up of pixels, but I'm not going to go into the semantics and the depth of like what it really means to a computer because I'm not even sure on that, but just understand that pixels are pretty much the basic founding block of screen images, right? So with that, people started to entertain themselves, and like around in the 70s or so, they were like, hey, let's put it in games. They did that, and it was restricted. It was super, like, the thing was you could only have like 8 or 6 colors, and it wasn't even colors, it was just tones, because it was like a greenish tone, but it's just what it was because they didn't have the kind of processing power that we have in our phones and on our computers presently, right? So they were working with a little bit different stuff. And then time goes on, we start to see arcades pop up, we start to see more colorful screens pop up, we start to see different processors pop up and different types of games, right? And so that expanded the use case for pixel art, and I'm sure it expanded more people's like interest in it, right? Because you not only are you getting like more colorful games, but you're also able to like have bigger games and have more like in-depth games, and that's just more stuff to design, and right. So it's a big old loop of people like really trying to tell stories and build. So here we are in about the late 80s and 90s, things really start to push off where things get to be more like 3D models, and we start seeing games like we can say Super Mario Kart and things like that. And then from there is pretty much riding the tidal wave of advancements and technologies and gamer cons, and just like so much computer knowledge being put into these pixels, right? So even like all the 3D images in Marvel movies and stuff, they're just highly pixelated, right? So when things look chunky and blocky, that's like low, that's called low poly, right? Low polygon. But when things are like highly detailed, that's called just like high def, right? So it's high definition. But it's all pixels, right? And so even when you zoom in on a picture really, really close on your phone, you can see, oh man, there's like these little blocks. That's what we're working with here, right? So but even though it's so small, we can scale them up so that they can be the size of a screen, right? So that they look right and not blurry. Now, today, pixel art is synonymous with a lot of things, with digital art, with video games. I mean, with Mario, it has been built into so many brands and to so many applications that I really have a lot of respect for it. And I think there's just so many different types of people and who've shown me over my time on Twitter, like the past half a year, that so much is possible, right? I come from murals, and murals go crazy. Like the amount of detail that people can get with like spray cans and like be super high up off the ground, it amazes me. And even still with this type of pixel art, I'm still amazed, right? Like that's my thing. I love art. So hope y'all been playing around. Hope y'all been making some cool shapes. Hope you learned a little bit. Anybody got any questions about pixel art or where it came from?
I'm curious, have you done any voxel art?
I have done a little bit of voxel art. Good question. I have done just a little bit. I think, yeah, the flat has called me right now because I can do it on pretty much any device that I have, right? So if I'm hanging out in my office, voxel art. So I don't know if you've ever seen Sandbox. Let's see, Sandbox game. Voxel art is basically, think about Minecraft, right? Think about Minecraft. If you ever seen Minecraft, that's basically what it is, right? It's just 3D pixel art. But these are a little more fancy. Like, look at this. You can just watch the trailer. I mean, this is Snoop Dogg launched some stuff on here. Like, so this is one of the top level designer hubs for metaverse stuff, right? Now, how about functionality and stuff of the site and of the game and everything? I don't know. I heard mixed reviews, but I mean, it looks awesome. Okay. All right. So now, any more questions? That was a good one. Good. Okay. So voxel art is a step up from pixel art, and there's a different use case for voxel art. Exactly. But you can make 3Ds. You could transfer the two between each other, right? And you can blend the two as well. Let's just hop into some art making. Okay, so now let's just go over our tools real quick and get to making. Now, what we're gonna start off is, where's my hand? It's right here. Okay, so first is, we're just gonna start from the top. Oh, hold up, y'all. Royalty free. Mhm. Classic. Some cat. Okay. Alrighty. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all the layer tool because I feel like that's really kind of important. So layers. Ooh, full screen. Can I go full screen? No. Layers is on the right side of the screen over here. Boop, right over there. And it is super important because it's where you can, what's great about digital work, and I don't know if anybody's ever done any work with Photoshop. Has anyone done any work with Photoshop before, or like Adobe Illustrator? Kame says yeah. Oh snap, that's symbolic. What's up? Like 4 different screen names.
Hey.
Wait, did I say thanks to Umba Daima for hosting this? So I really appreciate y'all. Okay, now thank you, my brother. All right, now layers. So you guys have a little bit of experience with Photoshop, some Photoshop Magic, Adobe Wizards over here. So I don't need to go into this too in depth, but simply it allows you to have different pages to your book, metaphorically, right? So if you're reading a book, one page has some words, the other page has another word, but they don't always. But here you can see things on top of each other. I don't know if a book is the best analogy there, but basically what it means is I can draw this red squiggle on top of my brown, right? And then because it's on a new layer, I can hit this little circle right next to it and it won't affect the brown beneath it. That makes sense? Yeah, cool. So there's that. Right below that, we got the opacity bar. So that just determines how much you can see through it. You can slide it. Below that, we got a bunch of buttons. We got add a layer. So that just adds a new layer just like that. Now, if we add the layer, we can hit the move up or move down. That will, you guessed it, move it up or move it down. Then we can change the layer properties. Just the name, nothing big there. Delete it. Just trash that thing out of there. And then we duplicate it, make a new one, or merge it up or merge it down. Okay, so now merge up or merge down means we can just merge up right now. So right now, the orange and the brown are 2 separate layers, right? But when I merge it up, it makes them all the same layer. So that way, if I was to erase some of this orange, my brown is not going to be there anymore because it has overlapped it, right? So that's what that does. Super useful when you have a bunch of different parts that you're working on individually and then you want to just smush them together so that they're one thing easily to move around. I think you can make groups and stuff. We're not going to get too deep into that. Next, perfect timing. Okay, next we got a color bar, aka our palette. So the palette's cool because here you can hit the down arrow next to default and you can change the palette. Oh, this simple is nice. I might work from this one today. This simple palette, or you can go to skin tones. We can make a skin tone scape. That'd be cool. So it's got all your good skin tones here. And then, so we're just going to go with there. Now we can remove a palette. We can even add a new palette. So if you go to a site such as LowSpec, LOS spec.com, well, I put it in the chat. Basically what that is, they got a whole bunch of palettes so you can just choose colors that fit really good together. And that you can see like image examples of that. So that's cool about palettes. That's where you would add a new one from, or you could just select your own colors and make a new palette yourself. This stuff down here, I'm not going to worry about too much, but again, import palette and more palette stuff. Now over here, it's got some details about where your mouse is, how big the canvas is, etc. Now we're going to switch on over to the left side, boom, right over here. So out the way thing. So first off, our pencil tool. Now y'all probably been playing around with that already, and that's great. Come on now. I'm just moving out the way. Hold up. Whatever, pencil tool, it's awesome. With any of these tools here on the left side, you can use your keyboard shortcuts like E for this, P for that, etc., etc. Each tool has a different keyboard shortcut that makes it easy to switch around on the fly while you're in the creative flow. Great. So first off, pencil tool, easy. It just makes pencil strokes, but you can also change the size of it right here with pixel size, and that will change how big you make stroke. Next, our eraser tool is pretty key because sometimes we draw things and we want to erase from them, or we want to like kind of carve out of other sections. That's a great eraser tool right there. Now, moving on, we got our brush tool. Our brush tool is just like the other pencil tool, but it acts more like a brush. And so if you look up here below the file menu, it's got a button, a little rectangle with a scribble in it. And that scribble, if you click it, it brings you to these different brush options, right? So you can click around, find out which brush is best for you. Oh my God, did you see the way those colors blended? That was really cool. So it's always good to play around a little bit just before you get started, you know, get the rust out. Okay, so there's that. You can click different brushes. Also, you can change the size over here, the most far right one. The other ones, this is, again, the alpha basically means opacity. So just how see-through it is. So that's a good size for that. Next, moving on, we got our line tool. Greetings. We got our line tool. Line tool goes up, line tool goes sideways, line tool goes down, and the other sideways. But it goes super straight and it says in a nice, neat line for you. Let's get to a new layer and then start here. Square tool. You guessed it, squares. You can also go up below the file menu. There's a box that says fill. Now, when you click that, it's going to fill in everything that's square. So, bam, just like that, right? So when you unclick fill, it will make it hollow. Now you can also click erase. I don't even know if that's new or not, but it will also make it hollow. So that's really cool if you're trying to do something, but that needs like a nice outline like this, but you want to have the inside be nice and clean. You don't want to have to click around every time with your eraser. That is what that is for. Okay, circle tool. It's a circle. What you got to do is you got to start like at an angle. You know what I'm saying? You can't just like start and then just expect a circle. You have to like, it goes like start here and then you got to draw it out here for it to like be big. So it's almost like you're making a square again, except with a circle. So that's the way that works. Bucket tool. Oh, this is now this is a tool. So what you do is you just find a space that's enclosed and you click it and it fills it in, or it doesn't even have to be enclosed. It can just be a whole bunch of space, but you click it, fill it in.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Can you please tell people, the newcomers, the website that they should go to so they can follow along with you? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I think
of
we had 2 or
course,
3
it's
people
called-
come in.
So it is called pixelart.com. I put it in the chat again for
Thank
you.
you, sir. Sorry.
Ain't no thing. Ain't a thing. And I could actually eat some chicken wings. I haven't had any like in 2 weeks. And you know what? There's like literally hot wings everywhere here. Like everywhere. Especially in like,
Where are you?
I'm in Atlanta.
All right.
Oh, ATL. Awesome.
ATL. I am here and the surplus. Okay. Now,
Sorry, one last question.
yeah.
Kind of unrelated, but are you going to go to the Web3 social this weekend?
This next weekend?
It's coming up.
Ooh, what time? What day? Because I work.
This Friday.
We'll talk. There you go.
Friday?
Yes,
Is it
sir.
will it go till like 11 or something?
No, not that late.
Mhm.
Not that late. We'll send it to you on Twitter. We'll send it to you.
Okay, cool. I know
Awesome.
I just work late a lot of the time, so
Okay. Okay.
I'd love to be there. I'd love to be there. Um, so I'll
Is
put
that
that
the
in
usual?
calendar.
Cool.
Oh snap! Is that Sean? What's up? Welcome. That's what I'm talking about. And CJ, hello. I was deep in teaching. Okay, so pixelart.com is where we're at. We're just going over the tools. Right side, layer menu and our palettes. Left side, our drawing tools and our file menu. So I'm gonna show you all these last two tools again. So again, our fill bucket just fills in spaces and close spaces or colors that are just of that color. But what you can do too, okay, let's do it like this. You can click all similar colors and then it will find all of that same color across the canvas and it will change them on the go just like that, right? So if you're like, oh man, I actually need the outline of this thing to be black instead of orange, you click all similar colors, it'll find all those colors and swap them out. So great tool. Just again, be wary of when it's clicked and when it's not. Okay, last few things over here is our color picker tool. This allows us to pick a color. So maybe the color that we have over here, we don't want to look all the way to the right and find it on our palette. All we want to do is we just want to click on the color and then you'll see on the left side, there's two color squares right on the left. Those will let you know what color you have in your foreground and is your secondary color, right? And so you can hit the little arrow to swap between them or hit the black and white squares to swap to black and white. But if it's already at black and white, you can see clearer when I hit the color picker tool, it turns it to that blue color, right? And you can just switch over to the white, hit that, now it's green. So now if I'm drawing, match P, okay, I got this sweet blue line, nice, but I don't feel like clicking over here because I'm in the flow. Oh, nice, I hit X and then it's back to drawing, right? Super quick, great. Last thing, I'm gonna show you the select tool first and then the move tool. So select tool just allows you to select stuff. You can copy it, paste it, cut it. Let's cut it for a second. And then where's that thing at? You can just hit Control V, just like normal, and it'll put it right over here. And there you can see it's like lined up perfectly, but it'll put it right there on the same layer. And then what we can also do is move stuff. So just the whole layer, we can move that thing. It seems like you can align things and such. So there's a lot of good loving to be had with those tools. Okay, and the rest of this stuff, we're not really going to use so much today, but if you feel free and feel like you need to be making some art with these tools, test them out. And if you have a question, I'll answer it and it'll probably help everybody, even myself. So thank you. All right, now
Can I ask a question about the copy? Sorry, copy and paste.
yes, sir. What you got?
Does it automatically make new layers or is it
It
just
does not. So,
okay.
but it does hold it to your clipboard for the however many layers, right? So say I select just this corner here and then I copy it. And so even if I'm like doing some stuff, nope, get in here. As long as I don't like, and then maybe I make a new layer over here and I'm like, okay, yeah, that looks good right there. And then now I would need a new layer, but I can still copy it, right? But if I copied something else, then it would override that. So it's same layer, or it'll paste it to whatever layer, right? Whatever layer you have selected. That's the way.
Got it. Thank you.
For sure. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, let me show you the last thing, which is super important. It's how we save it. So up here, I don't know why these buttons are up here. When you're on the select tool, when you're on mini tools, there's buttons just kind of hidden up here. But either way, right next to that is a purple and blue rectangle that says save drawing. You just click that bad boy, go to, and there's going to be a bunch of tabs over here, but what we want is the one that's the arrow pointing down, download png.gif. You can hit straight up and it'll save it at this native size, meaning it'll save it like this small. But if you want to be able to see it on Twitter or Instagram or any pretty much site without it being blurry, then you just click these little preset buttons. You could also scale it up however much you want to up there with the slider, but these presets are pretty much what I always use. Hit Instagram so we know it's much bigger than the original size, and then we just go to download.png, and there we go. It's downloaded my .png, and this is the fourth one. So, and then you can go to your downloads and see that it's downloaded. So that's how you got your images out, right? So I feel like y'all can share stuff in the, oh, it looks like you can post images here in the chat. So please do, please share your work. We'd love to see it. Now, I'm gonna run a few trivia questions during class here today. We're gonna be painting for a little bit. And so what you're gonna do is you're just gonna place your answer in the chat. I got a handy dandy notepad. And any of my UD mods, if you want to take scores well, just to make sure that everything's square bare, that'd be great. But yeah, you got to get 2 out of 4. If there's 5, then you got to get 3. But if you get 2 out of 4, then you win an NFT from me. So you get an awesome 1 of 1 from myself. And if you win the most, if you get the most answers right, then I'll give you something else awesome. I'll probably give you, man, I don't even know, maybe another one. I'll figure it out, but it'll be awesome. Don't you worry. You'll enjoy it. Oh, we got t-shirts. That might be dope. So, okay. Let's get it. Now, I'm going to go to make a new. Said, and I'm alive. Yeah, shirts are legit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new canvas. Let's start with a 64 by 64. I feel like this is a good size. Actually, no. Let's go to 128 by 128 because we're going to be playing around a little bit. All right, now let's do it like this. Let's grab our brush tool. And so, okay, let me slow down, Jamali. Brush tool. Boom. That little brush symbol over there on the left side. Then right beneath my file menu, I'm going to hit that brush button. And then I'm going to pick a brush. I like this brush right here, the second one down. Not this one, but the second one that's like a faded cross. That's a good one for me. And then I want to pick a nice dark color, so it can be black. I like to start off with like a dark red. Okay. Then with our brush tool, I just want the brush size to be about, let's go for 3. Between 3 and 5, something like that. You don't want it too big right now. So what I'm going to do is, starting at the left side, I'm just going to draw a nice line. And so I'm just scribbling my brush right across. Okay. Simple as pie, nothing crazy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another dark color. And I'm going to go from the right side to the left side. And we're using this brush because I want you to get like used to kind of getting these dark lines. Because if we did it all in one stroke here, it'd be super light. And you want dark lines because you need to have that contrast. That's what it is. Okay. Oh, you know what? And real quick, let's do this. Let's add a layer. And then I want you to go to one of these lighter colors or just like light gray. And then go to the bucket tool. And I want you to fill that layer in. Right? So there's that. You got a nice light color. It could be light pink, whatever you want. Just nothing too deep. and too bright and distracting. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move that layer down. So I'm gonna hit that like nice fat down arrow, bam, move that boy down. Okay. So now that I got that, I'm gonna go back to my brush tool. Actually, no. Let's go to our pencil tool, the pencil shape symbol right above that. Okay. Now I got a scroll wheel on my mouse. It scrolls for me. And when you scroll up, it zooms into the image. But if you don't have a scroll wheel, there's several ways of zooming in. One is if you go to the right side where our layers live and hit that little zoom magnifying glass button with a plus sign in it, that will zoom you in, and then it will also change your navigation window so you can drag around and be where you want to at a zoomed in level, right? So that's the way you zoom in. So I want you to zoom in just on a random part here with our pencil tool. Now with our green, I'm going to select green, I don't need this super bright green. I don't even like this palette. I'm going to go to my default palette. I'm going to just get a nice regular old green. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw some lines here. And try and get them as straight as you can right now. So that means if you need to go slow, go slow. But then I suggest doing some quicker ones. So I'm just going right here from the sky area or the top area right to the top of that line that we painted going across. So what we're making is trees. And we're just warming it up real quick. Okay. Y'all got that? Okay. Okay, got a few nods, Now what I want you to do is that I want you to go up to right below the file menu, and I want you to click that Pixel Perfect box. So it has a check in it. Yep, nice blue check. So then I want you to zoom back in. We're gonna be drawing on this next level here. But the difference is when you draw Pixel Perfect, it's much easier to see if I do it like this. Right? It gives you a nice, good old curve there. But if I turn it off and try and do that same thing, it's just a little more chunkier. You know what I'm saying? Pixel Perfect makes it dot for dot, right? It makes it just super smooth. This one is just going to put stuff wherever the mouse is. So they both have their uses. But for right now, I want you to have that Pixel Perfect turned on. And I want these ones to go to the side a little bit. Uh-oh. So it's like these ones are in the wind. So I want you to draw some like upside down V's. But again, think about them as trees. And I don't know why this looks all granulated on my screen right now, but it's all good. And what this does is it's going to allow these shapes to just be super crisp. Now we're going to use this a little bit later in our final drawing. This is just a warm up here. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to that bucket tool. We're going to click that bucket tool. It looks like paint coming out of it. Or water, whatever you think, Aquarius jug. So we're going to go to a nice medium green. By medium, I mean like between light and dark. Medium would be a medium green. So like a normal like grass green or tree green. Oh, snap. What happened? Oh, is it in a different layer? It is a different layer. That's right. So what we have to do is we're going to go to our line tool. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hide those kind of wavy lines. And I'm going to zoom out. And I'm going to draw, oh, snap. Yes, here. I'm going to draw, there we go. I'm going to draw a nice connector line to the bottom of these. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect right now. But I do want to close up all these gaps between.
Now, how did you get rid of the wavy lines?
Okay, so you got them on two different layers, right?
Okay, that's what happened. Okay.
It's all good. You can just start fresh, or just zoom in and make a smaller set. Or you
Gotcha.
could even make just a new space and use your
Okay.
line tool
Okay.
to do
Got
that.
it. Okay. Okay.
So I
Thanks.
didn't get how you created the layers. I'm looking at the layers. I see normal. When I go to layer, I see normal and a drop down. How do you actually make a layer?
So on the right side, can you see my mouse here? Oh, wait. I got an annotate thing. Let me get you with one of these. Shink.
Ah,
That.
wait.
Did everyone else get that? Did everyone get their layers situated?
100%. I don't think I see that. I see blended mode, a blend mode. Below that, it says normal in the layers tab. Then it says clipping mask, filters, transform, outline,
So go up to the preview tab right above that.
preview. Oh,
Preview controls your layer. So that layer tab is where that controls the layer properties. Yeah.
got it. I
Got
mean,
it.
it's a little confusing that you do the layer adding in preview, but got it now.
I know. It's a funky app, but it's good and free most of the time. Okay. So that's layers for you, right? In depth. Let's try it again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer right now. Everybody find that?
And it's giving
Layer.
options like the mode. Which mode do we want to use?
In blend mode?
Yes, sir. Like it says normal,
Just
clipping
normal, but
mask.
if you go to the left of that, right?
Okay.
Right here where my mouse is, that's the preview,
I see.
right? And then you click that. This
Uh,
so that will bring you to preview, which is also
Yes.
where layers live, right? So
Right.
this area right here, and where it's circled here, that's how you add them. You can click it a whole bunch of times and add a whole bunch of layers, and then even undo the adding of those layers by hitting Control Z or going to undo right here in the top left.
Got it. Okay. Thanks.
Oh yeah, time to hydrate. All right. Let's run some trivia here. Now, these trivia questions are not going to be hard. They'll be more about blockchain stuff. Oh, this is a great question. So, I don't know if y'all remember the Terra Luna scandal earlier this year with all of that mess, but I want to know who is the leader or founder of Terra Luna, right? So they were a stable coin and they lost a lot of money. So we got A, is it Deshaun? Actually, my cousin. Is it Do Kwon? Is it Chow Yun Fat? Is it what? Is it Sage Tristanson? Or is it Jaquan E? Boom, those are your possibilities. So who is the leader of Luna, Terra Luna?
I can tell you what Google told me.
What?
I said I could tell you what Google, my buddy Google told me, but I
No Googling. No Googling. All right, so let me get these scores. Okay, so you got 20 seconds left to answer. Think about it, Jaquan. That was Nelly's friend. I shouldn't be telling y'all this. Jaquan, my homie Dushawn. Is it Mr. Stage? Is this chocolate on my desk? Don't eat that, Jamal.
I wish you had Raekwon on the list.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, y'all. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the answer is B, Ancilla. If I'm saying that right. Am I saying that right? Ancilla? Yes.
Yes, it's Ancilla. Mhm.
Ancilla.
Yes.
Perfect. You got a point on the board.
Yay.
No one else even threw in answers. It's in the chat, y'all. It's in the chat. All right. Well, she wants to win. You know what I mean? And that's okay. That's what we're here for. All right. Now back to drawing. There's going to be more trivia here. So keep your mind sharp. All right. Now I'm going to click over here. Yes. Now back to layers. Back to layers. We're going to need this here in a minute. So our layers are key. So again, we add a layer with this little plus button. It's up here on the preview zone. Preview tab. There's only tabs on the right side. So preview tab is where we organize our layers. You can also drag this box here down. So if you have a bunch of layers, then you can see them all and you don't have to scroll about. And now the way you do that is just when you go right above the opacity bar, you can stretch it out like so. Delete a layer. It's going to be right next to it's going to be right beneath the add layer. So add on top, deletes on bottom. So if I don't like this layer because it's talking about me mean, I can just delete it right from your life. Right? So that's how you do that. So what we're going to do is from a new layer. Now I have several new layers. From a new layer, all we're going to do is we're going to take a square here. Take our square tool with a nice kind of dark blue. And then we're just going to, oh, wait. First off, we're going to hit that fill button up top. And then right here on our last layer. Oh, see now this one. Oh. What is going on? Oh, see, you know what? I messed up because these should all be on different layers. Yeah. Anyways, not gonna worry about it. So this last bit here. Okay, let's do some selecting. I want this layer to go away. Okay, so now we've drawn a little bit above these, but we want to move this other one down a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my select tool. And then when I select this, it's gonna grab it. Oh, snap. No, it's not. Wait, hold up. I know how to do this. Trust me, I'm a professional. I've done this before. Okay, so I do that and then I hit the move tool. Bruh. I won't. Control paste. We're just gonna cut that bad boy. And you know what? I couldn't move it because I'm on the wrong layer. So be wary of your layers. And you know how you know what's going on? You can just double click it and change it to what it needs to be. So when I'm gonna call this blocks. And then this one's gonna be stripes.
Now, how are you double clicking? Because I'm double clicking and it's not bringing up that box.
Are you clicking right on the words?
Oh, okay. Thanks.
And if you ever need to get to that too, you can just hit the layer properties. So starting at add layer, go over 1, 2, 3, right to the edge here, layer properties, little pencil in a box, and that'll bring up the same little menu. Okay, so now when I'm on the stripes layer, I want to hit my select. So it won't move nothing if there ain't nothing to move. But, aha, see, I knew I was a professional. If you grab layers actually on pixels on a layer, then it'll move stuff for you. So I'm just gonna move that down. I have a green layer here that I'm gonna put on my greens. I'm gonna call this layer greens. The most bottomest layer at the moment. I'm just gonna fill, oh, snap. I'm gonna take my color picker and I'm gonna pick this green, that same green there. And then I'm just gonna keep on filling out that space just like that, up and down zigzag. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my blocks layer. Here it comes into play. I'm gonna make sure it's visible. And I'm just gonna move it right down to the top between this green zigzag and between this red bit here. Okay, so I'm just gonna swap my colors because it's on green. Now I want blue. And then with my square, my filled in square tool, I want to make sure I'm on my blocks layer. It's crucial that we check our layers here because you could get deep into a layer and be like, oh yeah, that's super dope. And then you go to erase a part of it and you're like, wait, why is it showing my background? And you're like, oh, because I should have been drawing on 2 different layers, right? So it be like that. So it's always good to just double check where you're at real quick for a second and then get to it. So what I'm gonna do
is there a way to just erase, like, can you click on the box and just erase the whole box?
how do you mean?
Like you double click?
Delete everything that's in there?
No, just the block. Like, okay, what's happened? I forgot to put the block on a new layer.
Oh, try going to undo. Or
Okay.
you can select it and then like go select and then hit the little scissors and that'll cut it. And then
and then I
yeah,
can
and then
paste
you
it on
can-
the next. Thank you. Awesome.
And then how do you put that down? Then you go to tool and then the tool tab over here on the right, and then it'll drop and you can hit paste and it'll put that on whichever layer you need to be on. Just like that. And you can even resize it by dragging these little dots over here. Right. So with keeping on that, I'm just going to keep filling this out over here, but I'm going to make it like a little city scene. So I just want to connect some of these buildings, make some of them alike, give some of them a little pointy tower. Maybe some of them can have different, maybe like a little connector building or something. Right, so I'm just using my mind here to think about, well, what do cities look like? What are buildings like? We see them all the time, unless you're like literally in the house all the time, but even still on TV, they show you buildings. So it's in your memory. So just use that big old brain of yours and just make some nice squares here, make a little square cityscape. If you're feeling fancy and you get done real quick, so we only got a few more minutes of this exercise. Feeling fancy, you can go ahead, make a new layer. And add Godzilla in. And you know what? Because it's on a new layer, I can move it down. And so that way the city blocks are all the ways in front of it. Okay, he also has friggin' spikes and a laser mouth. You know his breath hot. Oh. That got really dope. And so if you hear me smashing my keys like that after I do something and it goes away, it's because I'm Control Z and and undoing is your friend. Now, you don't want to get too undo crazy with digital art. Sometimes you just have to let things be, but sometimes things are not good at all, right? Say if I want this eye to be yellow, but it's completely wrong. I don't want that out of here in here. I'm gonna go to this more yellow. That looks better, right? That's the type of thinking that I'm doing when I'm hitting Control Z. Like I want it to look its best, but I also understand that like as far as style goes, it can only look so much like something. Okay, Godzilla. And you know what? How much more time we got? Well, 3 minutes. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we got a lot of layers going on. Let's keep it organized. We're gonna name this one Godzilla. And then now say I like this. I like where this scene is going. It's got a good vibe to it. I just kind of want to print it and have it be done. So the way I do that is I got to merge these layers. That's one way to do it because, you know, I'm going to create more stuff and I don't need all these layers in my face. So all you got to do is hit that merge layer down right here, same preview tab. Hit merge layer down. It's going to be right underneath layer properties. Let me hit you with the annotate real quick. Merge layer. Oh, snap. Merge layer up or down. But we're going to go down right now because our layer's on top. So I'm going to start with the stripes. I'm going to hit down. I'm going to now what that does is going to change the name of your layers. So be prepared to change those names. But it's fine. It's all going to be one new layer. I hit down again, stripes. Now that Godzilla is mixed in with my city. So before I could turn off my cityscape easy. But when I merge it down and I go to the visibility little circle, all that's one. They are friends and united forever now. So there's that. Now I'm going to move that down, merge it down one more time with my greens. So now that's all compressed into one layer. And so if I make it invisible, everything's gone. And if I make it revisible, thank you. That is a good Godzilla. I fired my mind. If I make it revisible here, then that will, what does that do? Oh, outline layer. We're not gonna worry about that right now. Make it visible, nothing's there. Here's my gray, here's my little practice lines. Now, let's get it on out of here and move on to something else. So what we're gonna do is gonna hit save drawing. But before I hit save drawing, does anybody have any questions about layer navigation? Or like using these tools or anything like that? No, everyone's good. Hey, that's what I like to hear. My DMs and how to zoom in. See, there's a question. My DMs are always open if you have any questions or if you're like, Jamali, how do I animate something? I got playlists to share with you. I'll do a quick YouTube search for you. So I'm your friend out here in the pixel art world. I want you to be educated because I feel like it ain't enough Black folks getting into pixel art like that. Like I find there's a good handful. Don't even get me wrong. Like, but as far as creators go, it's always good to see us doing things. So how do I zoom in? So over here on the preview tab, I just click the little plus button or the minus button. And what that's going to do is going to zoom me in to somewhere in my, to where I was last drawing. That's what it is. It's going to zoom you into where you were last drawing on your canvas. But if you click in this little square up here that has a preview image of your tab, of your image, you can drag that rectangle around and find out, hey, this is where I want to zoom in, or maybe I need to do more stuff over here to this building, or Godzilla needs a darker eye, whatever it may be. That's how you zoom in, and then you can zoom right on out. Now, can you view it like, can you zoom out like to this preview level? Nah, not right now. And even if I hit like Control minus on my keyboard, which normally on like a browser will zoom in and out your text, it doesn't do it right now. So, but you can zoom in and out your image to what you're working on. So that's how you do that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Let's pop in some more trivia and then we'll get to making something real quick. So another question I got for y'all. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Now, some of y'all may remember this, some of y'all may not remember this. So there was a song called Peanut Butter Jelly Time, Peanut Butter Jelly Time, Peanut Butter Jelly, Peanut Butter Jelly, Peanut Butter Jelly with a baseball bat. That song? Who wrote that song is the question. And it was a pixelated banana that was doing the dance. And it's classic memery. It was a meme before memes were even called that. So who wrote that song? Is it song question mark? Is it A, MC Hammer? Is it Bad Baby? Is it MC Chris? Is it Buckwheat Boys? Was it Gucci Mane? Or was it Salt and Pepper? So these are your options. Check in the chat again. Right now, Ansela's in the lead, so you're gonna have to play it smart if you want to catch up with her. Don't just go guessing Gucci Mane because you like Gucci Mane. Or you like Salt and Pepper. There's a lot of good options here. Now here's a context clue. That song came out 2005-ish, 2003. So use your context clues. You guys got another 30 seconds. Well, that's the end of that song. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the answer is D. It's the Buckwheat Boys. Completely random, I know. MC Chris did a lot of art, did a lot of songs for like Aqua Teen Hunger Force and shows like that on Adult Swim. So back to back trivia. Okay, here's another one. This one's about food this time. So actually, bananas are a type of what? They are a type of fruit, or are they hold up. Let me. Are they a fruit? Are they grass? Are they a vegetable? Are they herbs? Or are they berries? Bananas? What are they actually? Technically. A, fruit. Oh, snap. B, grass. Got one. Good job. Are they a grass? Are they C? Not Gwen Stefani. Vegetable. Are they D? Are they herbs? Or E, is it a berry? Are bananas berries? Banana berry shake. So put your answers in the chat. What are bananas? Take a guess. Use your biology. Does anyone have a biology major? No plant mamas or dads in the house. Bananas, what are they? I think they're fruit. All right, drop those answers in. Oh, perfect.
Honestly, I would have said a berry is a fruit. So
Oh, red herring answer, is it? Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the answer is it's D. It's an herb.
that's crazy talk.
It's also, yeah, I mean, it's like 4 things in one, but I believe technically it is an herb. So let's so did anyone get that one right? No one got that one right. Yeah. We learn together here in class.
Wow.
Okay. Bonus, if you can tell me who wrote Hollow Black Girl with the song song BANANAS. If you can tell me who wrote that song, if you can put it in the chat right now, you get 2 points. Don't even Google it. What's their name? This is bananas. BANANAS. 2 times you to run that track. Cause I ain't no Hollow Black Girl. Oh, I said the name. Whoops. I thought I said Fergie. I didn't say Fergie or Shakira. No. All right, 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. So you guys got it right. Good listening. See, I had to get some of y'all on the board here. Now, who's got points? Symbol, you got 2 there.
How did I get to?
Because you just got that. That was a bonus round. Because nobody got the original answer. So I'm like, let me help some of y'all out.
Oh, 2 points for that one.
2 points for that one.
All right, got to give a shout out to Nicole. Shout out Enoch. Thank you. I would be nothing without you.
That's right, teamwork. Okay, nice. Oh, y'all can't see this. Let me do this. Copy, paste. Okay, can you see my screen now? Okay, so I'm gonna be working from this reference image to make something really awesome with y'all in this last 40 minutes of class. So we're probably gonna focus in on a nice good square this, and it might be a little bit zoomed in, and we'll add a little bit of our own flair here to it as well. But if you can, in this moment while we're getting our new canvases set up, just you can either, here, let's do it like this. I'm gonna post this image inside of the chat. And then, so I just put the link that I have in the chat. You can click that, or you can find your own. Did I save this drawing? Let's do that right now. Download that PNG. I'm gonna click the Twitter size, because Twitter's our friend, and then download that PNG. Okay, there it is. It's saved. I feel like it wasn't saved before. Alrighty, now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go to.
Wait, quick question.
Yes.
On that PNG you just saved, can you ever go back to it, open it up, and make changes to it, like, like change the color or add something to it?
Yeah, you can. So the way to do that would be like this. So you go to save drawing, and then you can save it as a .pixel, which basically is like a Photoshop file or an Adobe Illustrator file or PDF, whatever, something editable that's native to that program. And that will, that'll save it as such, right? So you can just save it normally. So what is this? Godzilla test. Boom. So it'll save as a pixel, but you can only open it up in this site. But if you go to if you go to save drawing, so Godzilla, give it a title and then drawing, give it a little description, go to save drawing. What that's going to do, it's going to create a like a little video for it, and it'll save it to your profile, and then it'll be also editable again. And so here it's getting the drawing. It also saved to my computer. And then when you go here you can look at it. It's got all these ads for putting it on shirts and stuff. It's actually not a bad shirt or notebook, but you can download the original and with these annotations kind of here.
That's awesome. It's cool as a t-shirt too.
Yeah. And so again, so what you do is you can go, after you save it like that, you can go to edit drawing, click that purple button, and then it'll take you right back into it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're gonna go for a new drawing here. And for this one, I want to make it 60. No. I want to make it 128 on the width and then 64 on the height. Actually, no. Let's go 72. That sounds nice. That's like 7 by 12, so it's like a 5 by 7. Yeah, that's perfect. Kind of want it to be a little long. Then I'm going to select my color palette. Oh yeah, now this is where I want y'all to be. When I go to select my color palette, so what I did to get there was I set my sizes, 128 on top and then 72 on the bottom. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit select color palette, and if I go to my image, I can see it's kind of orangey, purplish, hot orange, red, brownish, bright. And it kind of is there. You can just choose whatever works for you. I'm going to go to 48 elements by Pixel Studio. I think this is a nice, pretty color. Again, I'm going to have to change these here. 128, perfect. And then I'm going to hit new drawing. You can also go to drawing bases over here, and there's like things that you could start off with that people just have ready to go for you. Templates, if you will. But I'm going to hit new drawing. Then this will clear my entire drawing. Is that okay, Jamali? Yes, it is okay. Now, this drawing is going to be longer. You can see up here in the preview image is not as tall as it is high. So starting off, I'm going to go with, okay, hold up. Let me get everybody there first before I dip in, or I dip my toe in the water of teaching. Everybody good? Yep. Okay. So let's do it like this. We can make a gradient. Now, I want my background. If I'm looking at my reference image here, I'm not gonna flip back and forth between this too much, but I want y'all to please use your reference image as much as you can, as much as possible. Because it's just good to look at it like that. Let's open it up in a new tab. This out the way. Bam. Zoom in like 0.3%. Let's go. Big definition. So orangey blue here, orangey blue in the background, and it's also got this purple. I am gonna imagine that we're like right about up here sitting on a boat somewhere. Here, let me show y'all. The perspective I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it in red. We're like sitting on a boat. Actually, even that's too close. Too far. Our boat's here, and this is where we are, and we're looking at the city through here, right? So that's where our perspective is going to be. So with that, we're going to have a little bit of these trees and stuff in the foreground, and maybe we can add a car or something like that. I think that might be pretty cool for this image. It's a pretty lit up city. But we'll also still have a lot of stuff in the background. So we'll be able to see this tower, maybe some of these buildings, maybe not this stadium looking situation here, but that's the idea. in the perspective of where we're at right now. Let me get those out the way. Okay, back to this. Now, let's start off on our background layer. I want my, oh man, look how they display these colors. I want my primary color to be just like a nice dark purple. You know, I'm gonna click the darkest purple I can, and then I'm gonna make it even darker. So if I click this square over here on the left side of my tools panel, I can just drag down here in this color box, and then that'll get you, it'll get you a darker color. So I don't want it to be all the way down here, that's black. I want it to be just like deep purple. Awesome. So then I do that, and then I'm gonna switch them out. And for my secondary color, again, I wanted that kind of orangey blue color. So I'm gonna click the orange that I got. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna drag this slider somewhere close to this red and make it just somehow more blue. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but this orange is fine. Orange is great. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna explore a new tool, and that's our gradient tool. So on the right side of our tools panel, right above the water drop, is a gradient. It's a pink square, right? So I click that, and then I'm gonna go to where the menu up top. I'm gonna hit transparent secondary. I mean, geez, words. Transparent secondary. That turns that off. I don't want that right now. All I'm gonna do is drag. And you can see if I drag to the left, it'll fade to the left. If I drag to the right, it'll fade to the right. If I drag it just a bit, it'll fade just a bit. If I drag it kind of halfway, it'll do that, right? Or if I, no, it's gonna start like that. I don't know what that does with bucket fill, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. So I want it to swap my colors because I want the purple to be on top. Yes. Just like that. And what can I do with this? Yeah, see, I can't really do too much with that right now. Okay, so now we got that. That looks good. I'm just gonna make my orange darker because I'm just that kind of guy. Okay. Oh, they're the same color. All right. Whatever, this is fine. So next, what we're gonna do is we're going to add our horizon line. This is where all the things are gonna sit above and where some stuff is gonna sit behind. Now, let's go back at this and look real quick. So it's gonna be a nice dark, that's the zoom we need. It's gonna be a nice dark color here. I'm not gonna worry about all these lights down here because I want the focus to be on the buildings. So I'm just gonna pick how about this blackish color here. And before I get to drawing, I'm gonna make a new layer. So right here, this add layer button, I'm gonna go to that and I'm gonna click, how about we name this layer build? All right. Okay, so I'm on my building layer. I'm gonna go to my square tool. And then with my black color selected, I don't want it to be filled in, or I don't want to be erasing, just normal pixel size. Just somewhere like, say if this is halfway, have your line be like somewhere between there and this point. So, right, so, because you don't want it to be too high because we want space for our buildings, but we don't want it to be too low because we need some of that space for other stuff right now. So how about right here for me? That seems good. And you can just stretch your rectangle, square across, and straight line, and it'll get you that line there. But what I want to do is I want to get that line out the way. And I could have just erased that because I am on a new layer and I'm blessed like that with that layer life, but let's do it like this. Next, we're going to fill in this bottom space. So I want it to be this like kind of dark blue. Bam. And I might even make it darker. No, too dark. There it is. Let's see. I am blessed like that with a layer life. Okay. All right. Everybody got some water. Take a nice hydration break. Okay. Next. Feeling good. It's good Sunday. So I'm gonna look at my reference again. Now here, remember when we were drawing like those original blocks when we were playing with layers and stuff, and there was like we were making up stuff in our mind. Now we don't have to because we can look. Well, we can still make up stuff in our mind. Maybe we need to like organize these buildings, but we have these direct references of things that are actually architecturally constructed. And not only can we use our mind, but we can use these details here to make it even seem more realistic, because with all artistry and especially visual art, you know, it's that illusion of looking like something. So if we're able to do that with a blend of our brain and an actual reference, you just get magic. I'm not going to compare it to AI work because that's completely different. So all I want to do now is I want to make sure I'm on my build layer. I'm going to use that darkest color I just had to make that middle line. And I'm going to go into my square tool. Yeah, let's do it with squares. And then we're going to hit that fill. Tell me we want the fills because this way it does that. All right. So then let's start off with the biggest one. No. Start off how you want to. But what we're going to do is we're going to fill this whole space with building shapes. And start simple. So, right, start with squares. But if we look over here, some of these are kind of wonky, or some are like a rectangle on top of a rectangle with a smaller rectangle or cylinder on top, right? So these aren't hard shapes, and they shouldn't be really like complex shapes right now because we're just getting the simpleness of it. So there's that, a little building, little bridge-a-roni, okay. And then, oh, how about the tallest one's about here? Maybe there's another tall one like right over here. So maybe this is uptown for me and that's downtown. No one lives downtown, they just work there. Can you decrease the opacity in the sample image and trace it? Yes, you can. How do you do that? You got to start fresh. So, how would I do that? I gotta save this first. So you see it says open photo, and it wants you to open a photo. Let's take this Buddha image here. But it'll clear my entire drawing. So risky, but let's try this. If I merge these down, and then I select all of it. Oh. Everything, and then I copy it, and then I open the photo. Not Halo Infinite. Let's try that. And then I paste it. No dice. So that's the one thing. And then this is like infinitely bigger too. Dang it. So now I gotta start over. That's okay. Set up professional audio. No, it's so that I'm glad I showed y'all that, because you still can, like, okay, how can I do this? Redo? Yeah, you can still do it. It's just a matter of creating a new layer on top of that, selecting the previous layer, turning down the opacity, getting a nice good color there, and then yes, you can trace over it. So, good question. They need to like fix that, because yeah, it should just be able to like drag and drop a photo, but whatever. I already know what's going on. 128. I'm gonna just do this at my speed here so y'all can see. But you all should be building your cities right now anyways. New drawing. Okay. Gradient. No, you're good. These are great questions. Dark brown, dark enough. Oh, that's why. There. New layer. Blocks. Build, shall I say. And then square layer of dark color. Midline. Good. Reference image. Look at it. Got it in my brain. Let's go. Using my imagination. What if there's a floating building? Or like a giant like column building. This is like the ultimate like Judge Dredd courthouse. Don't you come in here unless you got a Dredd pass. And it's an NFT on OpenSea. That actually came out pretty cool. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. So I want some of those buildings to be, they can be open if you like. I also want some of them to be closed. I want most of them to be closed because we got to put in the lights. Doesn't make sense without some lights. Oh, see, now I'm just downtown. Before I was downtown and uptown. No, this is actually my midtown. I'm not gonna front because if the Dread building's here, yeah, it can't be next to all the shopping centers. That's just bad social architecture. Okay, it's bad city planning. And you know what? I really feel like this music isn't royalty-free hip-hop. End of summer chill. All right, it'll do. Okay. It's like a streamer problem, I'm sure. And I'm sure I could just subscribe to like a royalty-free thing, but I pay for YouTube for music, so I'm just trying to maximize that. But like sometimes it says royalty-free, but then it'll play like Beyonce or something. And I'm like, you must not want my Twitch stream to be on YouTube, because you'll get DMCA'd real quick. Meaning they'll say, hey, this is copyrighted music and you ain't supposed to be using this. Okay, so you can have some spaces that are kind of empty. You can have some spaces that are kind of full. Now, what I want to do here is, look at my reference. These buildings split, right? We're not looking at it straight on for a lot of these buildings, but there's a diagonal, or not a diagonal, but there's a vertical line in most of these buildings that it's gonna, here, let me annotate that for you. So like right here, or like right here, or even like right here and right here, or right here, there's a really small one. Even on the short one, this one kind of rounds out, but this one's a really good example because you can see the thick corner here. Like there's two different sides of this building, is what I'm telling y'all. So with that, we have to do this in our painting. Let's see, is there a dark enough dark color? Yeah. So here, all we got to do is choose one side that we want lighter. I'm going to choose my left side, and then I'm going to make it a lighter color and move these annotations out the way. Clear annotations. Good.
Do we need to create another layer for this part?
Your call. Your call.
Okay.
But that would be a great question that I would ask myself. Let's do it anyway. Let's do it just for the fun of it and then merge it down. Because here, if I just choose a side, make it lighter. Oof, that's too light. Can I clear all these annotations? Just all of them right now. Thank you. Where we at? 641, okay. Bam. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. So this is what I mean. It gives it that depth and that feel like Oh, there's actually more there. And so for me, it's looking like the light's coming in on this way. All right, so it's hitting this side of the buildings. And yes, this is great that we're on a new layer. Who said that, Nicole? Good thinking. Because it just gives us opportunity to work differently. And then I'm gonna make this building slightly different. Bam. Just a little that bit. Close that space. It's got a really big tower on it. I like it. And so sometimes with your art, I've had some students express to me, it's like, oh my gosh, Jamal, it doesn't even look like nothing. And that's okay, because like growing your hair, like raising a child, like doing many things in life, it's gonna take a minute for it to kind of mellow out and for you to see it mature. So that's the same way with making art. And most types of art too, right? So but in every piece that's gonna happen. So you're gonna have to just be ready for the fact that, hey, it's gonna look weird for a second and it won't all come together, but we have a vision in mind. We have our reference piece. We know what we're working towards. Okay, so don't fret if you feel like it looks weird, because you can look up in your navigational tool preview zone up here and you can see what's really good. And I also forgot to darken in this bottom layer. Oh, that's it. That's all you got to do. Make it really dark sometimes. Yeah, totally. Okay, so what we're gonna call this layer is the toppest layer is build light. Bam. So I'm gonna keep on with these here. Oh, snap. And wrong color. So I'm gonna select my color picker tool. Pick that nice lighter blue that I made. Make sure I'm on the right layer and not color picker anymore. Bro. Okay, there we go. Boom. So this one's gonna have like some steps to it. I want that. Perfect. This one's gonna have a little rooftop bit, and it's gonna be like, it's gonna be a wide boy. That might be too wide. That's wide enough. Oh yeah, that looks great. Because it looks like, if I look at my preview menu, it looks like it's got this like really long face on it that's like reflective. That's what we're thinking. We're thinking about, what do we see on our trip to work? What do we see when we go downtown? Like there's just all types of buildings. So that's what we're making here. I want this one to have like some side dashes into it. Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw out this nice blue, and then I'm gonna hit my eraser tool, and then I'm just gonna like erase bits of this side. Yeah, just like that. So this one almost looks more rounded. Now you can do that with the other side too, or with some of these other bits. Right, just kind of delete from that top layer. So again, that's kind of the benefit of having the two layers. Now, if I was on one layer, all I would do is use the opposite color side here, and then just use that to pencil into this, right? So it works the same. That's the same concept. And I actually liked what I was doing, but I'm going to change the music real quick. No. Anybody got any questions? Why are you doing this? Okay. Vibing, best non-copyrighted free music mix. They all say that. All right. I'm almost done with mine, so you guys should be about close to done with yours. This is easy to do with the mouse rather than a pad. Yeah, but you know what? For me, I use my iPad and I have this thing here, my stylus. So it works pretty well. I wish I had a mouse with my iPad. I mean, I can set up a Bluetooth with no problem, but it's just easier with the stylus. Oh, if you're using the trackpad, yeah. But you know what? There's this brother on YouTube called Brandon James Greer. He uses strictly laptop and the pad himself, like no mouse. So I don't know. But again, he's working pretty small. Yeah, yikes. But I guess that's his vibe, you know. There's that piece. I feel like I want like a triangle on top of something. And the way that I would do that would just be to use my line tool. This one's got like a situation on it. Oh, that's a good thing on top. Okay. Boom. These last few bits here. I think this is a building over here. I can't tell. I don't know. My screen is being funky right now. And my music stopped. Okay, that's the time then. Bam. So I'm just filling in these blank spaces with that blue color. Just gonna add a few bits on top here. Little top. Okay. And some lines over here. Nothing crazy. Just a little bit. Maybe I'll add this to that. So I'm just giving my buildings character, right? Not one person designs every single building in the city. There's usually teams of architects, there's different architects styles, there's different architect teams, right? So that's that we need that one. We need to make it a step. That feels right. Okay. Good. I'm gonna screenshot. Yes. Save directly. Yes, please. Okay, so next. This is good. Do I want to merge them together right now? I don't. I want to get my music going. Oh, okay, I see. I see how you do me. Internet. Okay, so let's run it like this. Okay. I'm gonna make a new layer. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my color. Let's go for black. Just straight up black. So you can go to your color square, drag it all the way from wherever it is to the bottom of the screen. You're gonna get your black color. Now, and I'm going to, how do I do this? Just add it to that. No, new palette. How do I do this? There's a way to add the color to stuff. Oh, wait. Maybe? That's right. Hey, thank you, Ansela. Yes. Hey, real quick, all we're doing is adding trees to the bottom here. Some like little tree areas. Oh, she's out. But this is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna show y'all. We're adding trees to the bottom area. Oh, get out of here. This is just loose. Trees to the bottom area, some like darkness there. Maybe give it a little bit of some like bushes work. Some texture, right? So that's on a new layer. All I did was take my brush tool, just give it that black, a nice just swash over the bottom. And then from there, I went to my eraser tool and just used it, but used it as a pencil. And so I used it to erase out some spots that I didn't want and give it this kind of bushy texture. Okay. Next, we're gonna make one more new layer, lay it on thick. So next, I'm going to look at my reference photo again. Now, for the most part, these lights are going to be nice and bright and orange. But when we paint them, if we go to make them super orange, oh snap. If we go to make them super orange, the way our colors are laid out right now, got my pencil tool and I just click in some oranges. They're just kind of really bright. I mean, I don't mind them. And I'm planning these on the darker side. Like, they look okay. But how about this? How about we make him a little paler, right? So there's another orange, and from that original orange, which would be up here in the deep saturation corner, this paler orange is more towards the center, and then it's kind of like dusty or faded color. So I'll keep the few oranges that I have there, and I'll add some of these like paler ones around on the dark side. Maybe add like a little line or two. Add some up here. Add some on this like little tower. Boop. Boop one right there. Boop another one right next to it. And you could even get fancy. And as you go further down, you could make your colors darker, right? So taking this color square and then bringing it towards the bottom, it'll make your color a browner color. But because we are just doing this and it's already like part of this pattern, it'll make sense to whoever's looking at it, because it'll be like, oh, these things are further to the ground and they're just must be brighter up at the top, right? So just subtle things like that. And then I can even make it even more dark and just kind of going in with that same. It's kind of not really random, but having the darkest ones be at the bottom. Just kind of clicking around. Right, so that's almost done there. And then once you kind of click around a bunch just to fill the space, you can then you can kind of even it out and add in the colors that you actually need, or make lines, or make like little office lights, what have you. Someone's living in their condo, someone just got home. And it will start to fill out quickly. So don't you fret. Boom. And then let's add some on this far building here. It's a nice little 1-2 pattern. Some there, one wham, wham. Now we're going to go to the other side of the building. I'm going to take this nice yellow color. I'm going to add a few of these bright ones at the top on this light blue side. Technically, yeah, I'm not going to worry about technicalities right now. I have a few of these over here. And I like to check on my little preview image over here on the side, because it gives you a zoomed out view. So you can see, okay, how does this look next to this? Or maybe this isn't the color I want right there. I put the wrong yellow in the wrong spot. That's okay. And then, but you know, you're like making all these dots and stuff and making all these lines and thinking about all these office spaces. Cool, great. But then you're like, well, oh snap, Jamali, I don't want all these colors to be like this because it's actually way too bright. And I don't like it one bit. And I wish I don't want to click back through all this stuff. Well, you know what? Do I have the resource for you? It's called change all similar colors. Y'all remember that? We touched on it at the very beginning. We haven't really messed with it too much. Hold on, I'm gonna do that. That. But let's find it and let's activate it and see how it makes things. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Boom. Oh, that's bright. I like it. This is bustling. Okay, so I say, Jamali, no, this doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my paint bucket tool. I'm going to click all similar colors. Now, I know for a fact that all these yellows are the same color. These oranges are, they're 3 different shades. So I'm not going to worry about that. But what if I wanted them to be green? I just click green over here. And then it changes all this side stuff to green. And I actually think I might like that better because it makes more sense with the actual way that the light will work. And let's look at this thing. Look at our reference photo. Now I've gotten kind of far from it. That green, that yellow is more of a green. So let me just go back to what I was doing. I actually like this. Play around with it because you can make them pink. You can make them this color brown, not that color brown. That might work even better for some of them. Maybe you want, Lord knows what you want, but maybe you want part of it to be like lit up in a certain way, like there's lights and stuff at certain bits. Totally possible, right? Now, final thing. Now that we got our lighting, we can go back here. Do I want to add some neons? It could be fun, but the way I would do that would just go to a new layer and then just click around, add some neons, maybe add some up here. Oh, you know how I do it? Like this. I would add some wherever I want them. Just like kind of at the top. Over here. This is kind of wanted to make sense a little bit. Yep, and right there. This one's got a nice little billboard thing on it. This one's got one hanging out the top. Okay, then what I do is, because it's on a new layer, now that blending mode I was talking about earlier, we can go to the layer tab, hit blend mode, go to, just click around, see what works. That's not it. Lighter. Nope. Multiply. Nope. Overlay. That's almost it. Color dodge, there it is. So when I do that, you know, it's like a color burn, that doesn't work. Difference, that gives me some neon. Okay. And so now with that, you can draw and it will give you that kind of neon effect automatically because the layer is set to that way. Now, if you turn it back to normal, it's going to be normal. But if you put it back on, that's kind of cool. What was it? Difference? Yeah, if it was on difference, then you can go from there. And because what difference means, it's basically it sets it up so it's like the opposite color on the color spectrum or something. I don't know all the technical terms, but I know how some of this stuff works. Boom. Okay, now this is dope. Yep, and then just make sure you like cover all your building bases. And that's pretty much it. Boom. Get a little bit right there. Okay, so then, okay, this actually slaps. Not even gonna lie. Sometimes I'm like, whatever, that was cool. But every few days I do something that impresses myself. And this is one of those days. So shout out to y'all for being here, watching it come to fruition. Now let us do this as we wrap things right on up here in the 7 o'clock hour. Let y'all get this some din. I know I got half a sandwich waiting for me. We're gonna add our signature. We're gonna add a little moon. So new layer. Can we animate this in 3 minutes? Yes, we can. We can't animate this in 3 minutes. Okay, what I want to do is I want to add a new layer. I'm going to go to my circle tool. I'm going to choose one of these darker grays. It's kind of a middle gray color. And then I'm going to draw a nice circle inside of my sky area. Then I'm going to fill that circle in. Oh, not like that, little baby. Not like that. I'm gonna fill that circle in. Then down here at the bottom, there's a whole nother panel. If I click that, it's gonna bring up the animation sequence. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to copy this frame. So on the left side, copy this frame twice. I'm gonna go back to the first frame, the one that says 1 on it. I'm gonna hit that 1. Then I'm gonna go to my move tool. I'm moving a little fast, but I want you to know this can be done really quick. I'm gonna move my moon up to the top of the screen. Great. I'm going to go back down to my panel. I'm going to hit to the second one, the second frame. I don't want that moon to move from there. That's good. That's going to be my keyframes, basically where things are pointed off of. Now I'm going to click on the third one, and then I'm just going to move it right below this building here. Maybe right there. Right at the corner. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this layer below my block layer or my building layer, right? So, and maybe I move this a little bit even more like that. Okay, so then what do? I hit preview, and there we go. So this could be, we can make it shorter, we can make it longer, but this would be how I would think about animating something super quick. I just want to move it across the screen. That's how you do that. I may not keep it as an animation, but that's how you would do it. Looks kind of janky right now, but that could just mean I need to edit where things are, and maybe it doesn't even need this third one right here. Can I delete it? No. You animate it for real? That's what I'm talking about. That's what we like. New experiences. Maybe it's just, I don't want this one either. I want the main one I had, and then I want to clone it, and then maybe I just have it move like back and forth a little. Move up a little, and then copy that one, and then that one's the same, that one's the same. So then I'll put this one in front. Boom. So now it's kind of jiggling, and I could slow it down. The way I would slow it down would be to go on this frame panel, and then there's these numbers here that say 100 ms. That means milliseconds. So the longer the millisecond is, the more of it's an actual second. So 1,000 would be one whole second. So just hit that. Bam. So that's a little more subtle. That's a little more peaceful, right? That's totally gets the vibe of the thing. Now, if you wanted to, you can make this a Batman signal. You could add some dots to your moon and do all this and that, and so on and so forth. So the last thing that I always do for my paintings, is I give them a signature. So on a new layer, I choose the darkest layer, the color I can. And then just somewhere, I just put either my initials, JR. Oh, not like that. Something like that, or jam, or whatever, or just the letter J sometimes, because maybe it's too busy for all those extra letters. And then, of course, before I do that, I need to get this out the way because I'm not feeling whatever that's doing. There. Now, of course, we got to get this thing on out of here. All we do is hit save drawing. Now, download.png.gif, that's going to download it right now because there's multiple frames. You can get the current one or all of them. I just want the current one. So the GIF will give me the animation. I don't need that right now. I just want the current frame. Bam, it saved that bad boy. But it's only saved it at the original size. You know how I know that? Because it says 1 right here. So I'll just click the Twitter, and then I get export frames, current. Perfect. Now, last thing I like to do is if I'm on my own profile here is I just give it a nice title, Night Sky 2040. Oh, in the future. And then gazing. Then I save it. Let me see if I can put this puppy in here. No. Yes. What is going on? That's weird. Oh, okay. So it's still saving. Let's see how this works. Bam. So there it is. Actually pretty dope. So you can click inside of the chat. You can see my uploaded version with the moon. I might move my signature somewhere else because I feel like it's kind of distracting. And I might have to add some shadows to that moon. But this is it. This is class, y'all. This is what I do. I dig deep into pixels. So real quick, let me just recap before we get on out of here. We learned how to use this program, pixelart.com. We learned how to use the different tools, how to make new layers, how to use the different like variabilities of these tools. Like some of them have fill functions, some of them just make hollow stuff. You can select things. We learned how and where to select things. So we got a good overview of that. We learned how to use a reference image and use that as a point of a bounce off point from what we already know in our head, to make a lovely city scene and just kind of go from that reference and pick the point that we want to choose, right? So, and we had some fun. So I think, let me see. Who had the most points? It looks like Enoch won right now. So congratulations, Enoch, on the trivia. You did it. Awesome. Thank you, everybody who pulled up. Thank you, Umba Daima, for hosting me. Thank you, Symbolic. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Enoch. Thank you, CJ. Thank you, Asila. Everybody else who was here. Everybody who was friggin' watching in the future. I appreciate you. And thank you. Any words, Symbolic? Anything you got to say?
I just want to say thank you so much. Damn, excuse me. Thank you so much. Quibbits are lit. I want to say that. That's Enoch, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I love your approach. I mean, I think it just means the world for someone with your sensibilities, your approach to bring this this learning opportunity. So, much appreciated, much love. Thank you so much.
You're very
Thank you,
welcome.
Nicole, as well, who's behind the iris face.
Right. So good.
And thank you, Jam Jam, for hosting such a wonderful class. We appreciate you. You're a very talented young man. Thanks for sharing your knowledge with us. You're awesome.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Thank you. And thank you everybody who pulled up, all my friends from around the internet and everyone here. Y'all check out my art at jamjamart.net. I'm on Twitter at jamstarx. That's also my ETH name. So if you want to drop me fun NFTs or tips, always welcome. But y'all have a blessed day and I'll see you around. Peace.